No, 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 no,
That's
no, 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 no,
big.
no, 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 no,
That is not okay.
Where the fuck did it go?
That way. There it is. Oh, it's big and gross.
Ew, bugs. Fucking bugs. Why does it always have to be bugs?
Snakes.
Why did it have to be snakes? Yeah.
Thank you guys for getting my reference.
Yes.
Good glorious and beautiful things to get my reference.
Yeah, I really should have put that yellow crystal on Lindsay's gun because it does a heck of a lot of damage.
See, but you didn't. You don't ever get anything.
Well, I'm waiting for the next one to come, and I'm gonna put it on your gun.
Well,
As soon as I get it.
you could switch and let her take the north cannon.
No, I'm not even south cannon. That's
She's
not cannon.
walking that south cannon. I mean, look at her, tearing up shop.
All about that set. About that set. Not north.
No west.
It's keeping me down low.
Yeah.
Nice. Alright, I'm gonna check. Oh.
Hello, map!
I'm gonna oh, never mind.
Yeah, I'm basically driving and navigation, so you guys just... And north gun. So you stay on the shield. You shields, okay?
Chewie, bite the shields!
No, Chewie, I don't think the Empire had Wookiees in mind when they designed it.
Oh, you're cold? That's still my favorite line ever.
Well, Kashyyyk is fucking a jungle planet. Chewie doesn't have as much fucking insulation as you would think. Everybody assumes that all that fur is for insulation, but the fact of the matter is, Kashyyyk is literally a jungle world. With gigantic trees that are boreal, not fucking Yeti. It's like, seriously, Han, you've been to Kashyyyk by this point in the timeline.
Kashyyyk.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry. God. Like, my inner geek is just, like, screaming.
Except for the fact that Wookiees can't actually do that high-pitched, that higher noise, so Kashyyyk is actually a lot more like it.
No, it's... It's just our translators say Kashyyyk.
Kashyyyk. Totally.
Now she's just doing it to piss you off.
Yeah. Hush.
Keeps it up, I'm gonna ask you to slap her for you.
Nope.
Say, mine's your girlfriend.
Because I don't freaking care. Look, I love those movies to death, but people are gonna pronounce things how they want to pronounce them, and the more I fuss about it, the more problems that occur, and I don't need that.
Ain't nobody got time
Okay,
for that.
Kyrene.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
What? Oh, okay.
Kyrene. How you doing, Kyrene? So this is Kyrene hanging out with us. So Kyrene is actually the really good pilot that's keeping us out of danger.
He honestly thinks that this is going to get under my skin.
Yeah,
I've had
honestly
people
does.
pronouncing my name wrong for years, JR. It doesn't bother me.
Boink! Boink!
She seems killed up by running it over.
Yes. Well, no, I bitch slapped it with my shield.
Yeah.
I shield slapped it.
He dropped the shields and then popped them back out as soon as the enemy was... Dude, shield!
Seriously, I can only shoot shit so fast. That's what shielding is for.
That was actually really hot. I don't know why. I can only shoot things so fast. Okay, you know, here's the thing. It's like I actually met Colby Smulders.
Who is? Am I supposed to know?
Did you ever watch How I Met Your Mother?
No.
I
have the impulse.
Okay, did you ever see New Haven? Or Safe Haven?
Good.
Marvel movies.
Will next to the bunch of Marvel movies.
Anyways, she's an actress. She's beyond talented. She's absolutely gorgeous. She's awesome. So I'm an extra in Safe Haven, and I'm supposed to drive a car through the scene. But the director is kind of new, so we're constantly behind schedule, and I'm just kind of sitting in the car waiting for it to be time to drive the scene. So
Kind of hot is that you just said schedule is the British
schedule.
in the British.
Schedule.
Yeah, that's hot.
Thank you.
Another gem.
And it is
A beam gem. Look,
See?
I've got a beam gem for you. Yay!
Nice.
okay. So when you're an extra, you're essentially supposed to be
What the fuck are those? I want to kill one. What are they? Oh shit!
Oh god. Oh god. Not okay. Ow.
What the fuck is that shit? I take back that I wanted to kill them.
You kicked me off the shield while I was running it.
So when you're an extra, you're not allowed to talk to.
Ready? Never mind.
That gun is awesome, like I said.
You're not allowed to talk. You're not allowed to talk to the talent.
Okay, yeah, it's basically you're basically on old school female rule. Speak if spoken to.
Right. And it's there's no arrogance like, I'm such an amazing actor or actress, you can't talk to me. It's kind of like if you're, doing your carving,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't
I
need
mean, I don't need somebody up in my business trying to just yak at me while I'm trying to work. Yeah.
Exactly. So,
Oops.
Oops.
So I'm sitting there in the car.
So my girlfriend gets a pass. So.
Right. Well, she's your girlfriend. So I'm sitting there in the
Could
car.
you go up a little bit more?
Alright, look. There was a nest right in front of me. I couldn't. I had to take care of that first.
Okay, stop trying to bite us. Thank you. It's got a little bit slower rate of fire. I'd like to see it upgraded too.
Well, that's the thing, is you can't upgrade them like we thought. So, but it has like this wicked piercing. Like, look, I just killed 3 enemies in one shot. Alright, let me get on that. Oh, you know what? I didn't hold that ball.
It did a little bit. Anyways, so I'm hanging out there in my car, and up drives Nicholas Sparks, the author of the book that the movie is based on.
Oh, it's a Nicky Sparks, huh?
Yeah. So I've actually met him in person, and he's just the sweetest little angel. And so I'm like, oh my god. And so who he met was like my mom. And so I text my mom, I'm like, Mom, I'm like right next to Nicholas Sparks. He totally just jumped out of the car and is like right next to me. She's like, oh my god, go give him a kiss on the cheek. And I'm like, I can't. I'll be blacklisted. Like we are so not allowed to kiss Nicholas Sparks on the cheek.
Uh-huh.
And so, what ended up happening was
Are you not shielding like
dang
you're
it.
supposed to?
I wanted to use the yellow thing, but then y'all did your job awesome, and I didn't need to do it.
Yeah.
So he had his assistant with him,
Uh-huh.
right? So his assistant's wearing glasses and that type of stuff, and I have terrible facial recognition, but I have wonderful vocal recognition. So when they were like, yeah, the director's not going to need you for another couple hours, if at all today, so we need you to go back to holding. So I was like, all right. But I got a quick question, yeah. I'm like, just making sure, is that Nicholas Sparks? And she's like, yes, it's Nicholas Sparks, but you can't talk to him. I go, no, I understand that. So I go, and Nicholas Sparks is just chatting away with his assistant, just head first in his trunk of his car. And so because she's wearing glasses, I can't tell whether or not she's looking at me.
Uh-huh.
And so I sit there and I go, you know, polite, because I feel like she's looking at me. I sit there and I go politely, hello. She goes, hi.
Uh-huh.
And I go, so how you doing? And she goes, I'm doing pretty good. And yourself? And I'm like, all right. About halfway through pretty good and yourself, I pass by her peripheral view and then I recognize the voice. It's Colby fracking Smolders.
Uh-huh.
One of the talent that I'm not supposed to be talking to.
Oops.
Oops.
No, but she was really cool. Like, I didn't get in trouble for it. And then later on, her daughter almost kidnaps me. Like, her 4-year-old daughter, 4 or 5-year-old daughter comes walking by with Colby Smolders. And so, they're like, they're walking through and, like, they tell us, because she's walking through holding, they're like, don't talk to her, just let her walk with you. So, I love kids. So the kid goes by, and I'm like, high five! Kid gets a death grip on my pointer finger and starts walking. Mommy Dearest does not see this. So she's walking down the road to holding, carrying, walking her daughter, who she's holding the hand of, dragging me. So eventually, I'm about halfway there, and I'm like, okay, I could have ripped my finger out of her hand, but, like, I'm not going to do that to a little kid. So I'm like, okay, sweetie, and, like, Colby Smolder jumps up in the air, turns around and sees, like, this 30-something-year-old man attached to her daughter, and I'm like, honey, can I have my finger back? No. Please? No. I'm like, well, what's your name? And she tells me, and I forget because I'm terrible with names. And I'm like, I'm JR, how are you? And she's like, good. I'm like, that's awesome. Listen, you need to let go of my finger. Why? Because I'm not allowed to go on the set with you. Why? Because I'm an extra. I'm not an actor like your mom. What? I'm like, sweetie, you need to let go of my finger. She's like, okay. And she lets go. Just absolutely adorable. And I'm like, all right, honey, I'll talk to you later, all right? She goes, okay. And she walks off, and I hear Colby going, JR, huh? And so I walk off going, I'm so fired. I'm so fired. I'm so fired. I'm so fired.
Uh-huh.
But I look at one of the holding wranglers, and I'm like, so how dead am I? How blacklisted am I? And she goes, no, Colby was, like, absolutely lovely. She had the biggest smile on her face. So I was like, yes, that's awesome. I'm not in trouble. Her daughter's adorable. She's like, yes, she is. So, I was actually kind of the whole time expecting, like, I don't know, Colby to come up and be like, hey, you were really cool with my daughter, how are you doing? Type of thing. And that didn't happen. But here's the thing, is that when actors are acting, I understand that they're acting. You're playing a character.
Or you're going to need to bounce us off the planet if that happens. But it looks like it stabilized us.
Yeah. I was not expecting that to follow us.
I wasn't either.
It's kind of like if I wrote a script and I needed you to play like this really arrogant asshole of a hacker.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's not who you are. You're very sweet. You're very
She's a very sweet hacker.
Yes, you would be your natural personality would be a very sweet hacker. So, you're playing a role. But at the same time...
Let's see if you went someone who's naturally good at it, they're going to have some.
Right. But at the same time, a lot of actors or actresses will bring some of their own personality to the table. Like their own experiences or, that type of thing. Mm-hmm. But you've got people like Harrison Ford. If Harrison Ford's wife says, I love you, he's going to say, I love you too. But he understands that Han Solo is not Harrison Ford. Han Solo would say, I know. He wouldn't say, I love you too.
Yeah.
Right? So there's that little bit of one of the things that they do in do not put that on a gun. Put that on the shield. I mean, not the shield, but crack. The engine. If you can.
I can't.
Okay.
Remember, we can't stack them.
That's right.
Even if they're the same size.
Jeff Goldblum, the winner, is the
Life finds a way.
Alright, you know what we gotta do now, though, right?
That's really unnerving. Can you stop that, please?